Okay, we're live on one. Happy Saturday, everyone that's tuning in. I'm just going to pull up my other live. Let's see. Instagram has changed. How do we do this live? All right, we're going to put this up here. Okay. All right. Welcome, people. If you're watching on YouTube, this is my random tarot ramble and readings. Let me just switch this. Actually, this is two. Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay. Cool. All right. Let me turn this music down. All right. Hello. This is a super random live that I'm doing because I just got COVID. So I've just been having a party by my damn self, beginning my routine thing. And so I decided to jump on for a quick live, do some readings, do some tarot rambles. That's all good though. Current Dharma, hello. Chanya Gomi, hello. Oh, I can wave. Hey, Jimena. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm just kind of like going live and I might ramble about something or give some free, quick, fun readings as I kind of just hang out and enter my quarantine chapter. It was bound to happen eventually. She got me finally. But I held out pretty strong. It was a while. I was like, but she's coming for everyone. Maybe I'll do like a random unboxing because the amazing Emma Zhang sent me the Dream Vision Tarot and I haven't unboxed it yet because I want to like make a video unboxing, but maybe I'll do that during this live or something. I don't know. Thanks to you. I bought a Thoth Tarot. Yeah, sweet. Welcome to the dark side. That's where it's at. Yeah, Thoth Tarot is totally where it's at, especially if you want to like go deep with like the systems and Kabbalah. It's fun stuff. Do you have any questions on how is it going for you? Like what's showing up for you with your practice now with Thoth Tarot? Any challenges? Any major discoveries? If you're just joining, this is my random tarot teleology. Well, not random. I might start doing these regularly, but this is tarot teleology, readings and rambles. So I'll be rambling about random. Hey, Sasha! I'll be rambling about stuff, maybe teaching some stuff, maybe doing some readings. Yes, I love how intuitive it is. Yes, it's definitely, you know what it is? It really connects with your abstract thinking mind as opposed to your literal thinking mind that the Rider-Waite-Smith deck connects with, both of which are totally cool. And both decks can do both, by the way. They're not like mutually exclusive. Okay. All right. So does anyone have any questions? Maybe warm up with like a reading or two, and then I might get into a topic / might do like an unboxing of the Dream Vision Tarot. No questions. Maybe I'll start an unboxing while I'll wait for people to come in and say hi. Does anyone here use TikTok? How about the shifting to 5D? Okay, the shifting to have you done any palmistry? Any thoughts? I have not done any palmistry. I was like into it for a moment when I was like really, really young, but it never like stuck with me. But my mentor does it. But what I heard from her is that to really do it right, you need to like get a print of the palm and really like zoom in. But no, I do not. And my very superficial reason for why I'm not like very much into palmistry is because it's like you do one reading and then that's it. Like you can't read somebody a second time. And I just love repeat clients, and maybe that's not true, but that's not my understanding of it. But it is really cool if you can do it. Shifting into 5D. So yes, how about the shifting into 5D? So I made my Matrix video recently about 5D and what it meant to me, and like the dimension outside of time. And that's how I conceptualize it, to be honest. Like, but I also like the idea that 4D is time. I don't know if that's like correct. I think it depends. I feel like if you ask a physicist, it's maybe not correct, or I'm not sure. I have to get I really got to get my physicist friend on this channel. I would love him to grace my damn channel. It would be amazing. He used to work in a particle accelerator, and he's like just so freaking smart. One of the smartest people I ever met. But the way I view it is 4D is time. And the way I view it, and my there's a whole video I did on this, but it's such a cool concept. The idea is like, as a being, you're experiencing yourself in the dimension under the one that you're actually in. So we're like in 5D, but we're experiencing ourselves in 4D in the world of time. Just like something in the world of time experiences itself in 3D. So so it's like, it's hard to explain without like the video, but it's like, if you're a 3-dimensional like cube like this, you experience yourself, or a tarot deck, you experience yourself one card at a time, one 2D image at a time until the end of the deck. And then it's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. But then you realize that you're actually 4D. And then in 4D, you experience yourself as a 3D being throughout time. But then at the end of our life, right, we're thinking, oh my God, we're going to die. But then we realize we're 5D. And then as a 5D being, we experience ourselves in 4D. As a 6D being, we experience ourselves in 5D. That's kind of like my concept. Or, hey, Ryan Brown. Oh my God, hey, Ryan, how's it going? Ryan's going to be joining us, unless this is a different Ryan, but I hope it's not. Ryan's going to be joining us for Advanced Tarot, which starts February 2nd, which I'm super excited about. It's going to be deep wormhole vibes. So that's my idea with 5D, but also maybe there's like other philosophies. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on 5D and the shift and all that? So I love a good binary. I love a good like, what should I focus on? What should I not focus on situation? Like, give it to me simple. Maybe that's why, my courses are successful, because I like to explain things simply. Like, what's the tea? Like, let's break it down. And the simplest thing that keeps showing up in everything I read, esoterically or occult-wise or spiritually, is if there was some sort of bifurcation of focus on this, don't focus on this, you'll be happier, you'll enjoy life more, it would be something to the effect of be in the world of eternity, which is infinite, and ignore the world of time, but not in a functional way. Like, we're in the world of time, it's like, it's 2022, like we have these phones, we have sketch, like we're in the world of time, but time, which in some way is coterminous with ego, is this like clunky space that we can play with and participate with, but is very easy to kind of get us all tangled. That seems to be like the general gist. But then again, is it the general gist of all the stuff that I read, or am I just projecting my own shit on everything I read? Maybe both. You look like you evolved long time ago. I'm definitely like increased the difficulty level of my karma this life for sure. I was like, yeah, let's see how far we can go. Joe, I have a question. What is the best way to take attention off something really important so you don't jinx it with the anxiety? Oh my God, such a good question. Okay, Jimena, this is a really good one. What is the best way to take the attention off something really important so you don't jinx it with the anxiety? Okay, so if there's something like floating in, there's two main methods that I use for this. One is I let myself obsess over it as much as I want, because by allowing myself to obsess over whatever's taking up the mental real estate, if I just say to myself, you know what, you want to think about that all day? fine. I'm not going to fight you. Just let the mind do it. Eventually the mind's going to get bored, hopefully, and go on to something else. Because it's like when we try to not think about something, like everyone, like, don't think about a monkey. Everyone's on this life is thinking about a monkey right now. When we try not to think of something, it just keeps showing up. So I would say allow yourself to think of it, let your mind run. But another thing is make it a mantra. A mantra I love that my mentor taught me is simply, I trust. I trust, I trust, I trust, especially with anxiety or depression or anything like that, where we're in the world of time, thinking about the past, thinking about the future. I trust, I trust, I trust, I trust, I trust. But having that like true like mental sovereignty, and by mental sovereignty I mean like you're ruling your own damn mind, having a true sense of achieving mental sovereignty like that is a vast goal. Vast goal. Very difficult. Yeah, meditation's really good. Exploring different types of meditation too. Another thing you can do is replacing whatever is on your mind that you're anxious about, out creating that. So like if you're like fixated on something, and I love to be fixated on stuff. If you're fixated on something, you can see what would it take to out create that, what you're manifesting with that. So there's like a thread of energy between you and the thing, place, person, or time you're thinking about. So create a more powerful thread somewhere else. Read a book, watch a show, binge something, literally create something. Yeah, always out create. That's a good one. Does that answer your question? But that's a good question. If you're just joining me, welcome. This is Tarot Teleology, Rambles and Readings, where I'm going to be giving some random readings, ranting about some stuff. And yeah, I just found out that I have COVID. So I'm going to be in the quarantine thing. We're doing it. This is day 2 now. So I'm just having a party by my damn self, because I was supposed to go to a techno party last night. And obviously I couldn't go. So I'm just having my own techno party here. I shut the sound off though, so I could like focus and chat. But yeah, she's coming for everyone. What are your favorite tarot books? Oh my God, I love this question. This is such a good question. Okay, let's get it. Although it's hard to tell what is fact and what is projection in my experience. Okay, so the Dubache. I'm gonna I can't read. My apologies, but that's such a good fact versus projection. So I believe, and maybe this is a projection, but I have a sense that when you zoom out far enough, they're actually the same thing. When you zoom out far enough, when you get beyond a certain plane, the projection in the mind, everything coming out of the spinal cord, phenomenology, all of that, subjectivity, versus the objective, empirical, what's his name? What the hell is this? Is there a marching band outside? I just moved to Philly, by the way, and I hear a marching band. Wow. Okay, cool. Anyway, the empirical, sensory, like evident, what is this name? No, I forget what it's called. But yeah, that versus projection, I feel like they become the same thing eventually. It's just the feedback loop. And that actually connects to tarot, because that's a suit of swords. The suit of swords is the feedback loop that is created by what we're perceiving versus what we're willing. What we're perceiving and receiving is the suit of cups. What we are willing and intending is the suit of fire. The feedback loop, which bounces infinitely back and forth, is the suit of... So, oh, welcome to Philly. Oh my God, do you live in Philly, Brett? Let's hang out. What? Yes. Oh my God. Arzuga says, I'm quarantining on my day 3 now. Oh my God, how's day 3? How's day 3? I'll be there in a little bit. Yeah, luckily I'm like such a homebody these days, like especially in the past year, all I do is stay home and work, like very Capricorn vibes. So it's not too bad for me. Yeah, Brett, I'm in Center City, so let's hang out sometimes. Oh my God, the Derb, I work in Philly. Hell yeah, let's hang out. Hit me up. I have 4 more days left of quarantine, but then if I test negative, I can go out and play again. I'm super excited to go out and play. There's going to be, I know there's like a dance scene and like a fire scene and like a flow scene. So I'm excited to get into that gig. Oh my God. I got these pants from like maybe a homeless person because I like went to the hospital for a moment the other day because I like couldn't breathe and I was like, oh shit, I can't breathe. And I'm like, I can't die now. I have too many people, too many family members I got to think of. So I went to the hospital and I just moved to Philly. So like I did not know what a Philly hospital experience was going to be. And then I did. And I was literally sitting there for like 3-4 hours, not seeing anybody, but I met some of the coolest people there. Lots of homeless people, lots of awesome people, interesting stories. And then these awesome pants. They were just like, yeah, I just found these, but I don't want them. Do you want them? I was like, hell yeah. They say love on them. And they have this like, I don't know. They're just so sick. They're my favorite pants now. So the 3 hours I waited at the hospital was worth it because I got these like Philly souvenir pants. So awesome. But yeah, if you're in Philly and you're like watching, hit me up. Let's do something. Oh my God, Hot Mess Swag, you have COVID too. Oh no. Did you do your makeup? It's beautiful. Oh my God, thank you. That means a lot. Hot Mess Swag is an amazing, like serious professional makeup artist. So go follow them. But yeah, I did. So thank you. You're looking amazing, Joe. Sending magic and love for you. Oh, thank you so much, Neil. I've been thinking about you, Neil. The 1234 is appearing to me more and more. How have you been? You look amazing. Thank you so much, Melanie. Yeah, so yeah, I was gonna go out last night, go to a techno party, do a little something, and then I was like, oh, can't do that. So I did it at home, which is totally just, I don't know. It's been my vibe this past year, just staying at home. Okay, Kai, my question pertains to the Queen of Swords and Thoth. How do you perceive the liberation of the mind? Oh, I love this. Okay, so this is a great question. How do you perceive the liberation of mind in the Queen of Swords? So what's happening with the Queens in the Thoth deck, and let me pull her out because she's a good time. So the Queens in the Thoth deck, what they represent is they represent the second letter of the Tetragrammaton, which is the primal He. So Tetragrammaton is just a really cool way of like saying the 4 elements, but Kabbalistically. And the queens represent the second letter of that sacred name, but they also represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 1234. We're talking about this is so in line with what we're talking about because it's like 1234. Neil and I have been seeing 1234 everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4 is also the Pythagorean tectactress. I don't know how to say that word. Every time I say that, I feel like I'm like, like I'm about to jump off. I'm like, I don't know, I start studying tectactress. Does anyone know how to say the tectactress, by the way? The Pythagorean, but the tectactress is related to 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's also the tree of life. And so are the court cards, and so are the 4 elements, and so is every damn thing in the world. So so the queens, they're the 2 of the 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 1234. See how we're connecting everything already? This is so much fun. So what the queens are doing is they represent in the soul something called the neshama, which is the intuition. Whereas the princes represent the ruach, which is the intellect, the logical mind, and also in some ways the ego. So what the queens do is as liberator of mind, they bring us out of our ruach, of our intellectual brain, which is where most people exist these days, because that's just where we're at evolutionarily. That's just kind of the vibe. That's what's in. Everything is in the matrix of logic and ruach, and I love it. I really do. But what happens is the queens come in, and that's the next stage of development. So you kind of connect to your neshama, and now in the path of like, in the more like traditional path of like ascent on the tree of life. Oh, thanks, Sue. Sue's my mom. I love that my mom watches my stuff. So when you're ascending the tree of life in like the Western esoteric traditions, the neshama consciousness is like when you're in Binah, or when you connect to your intuition in a whole new way and you're crossing the abyss. And the queens personify that because they are connected to Binah. So between Binah, which is Saturn, and Hesed, which is Jupiter, there's something called the abyss, which is where all ideas of separation are destroyed. It's a really crazy place. And the queens represent, in some ways, they kind of hold the next sphere of Binah. So queen, as liberator of mind, she's liberator of, Queen of Swords is liberator of mind specifically because she's a queen, so she's taking the mind from the Ruach into the Neshama, but specifically being of swords, she is of swords, swords being connected to the Ruach even more. So swords are the Ruach and the intellectual logic brain, where we all are, where everyone is, right? We all got that. And then the Queen of Swords is working with that, but being a queen, she's the neshama, so she's liberating the mind. That's why she's called liberator of mind. You can also stretch this into, hey, Julie, major high vibe energy. I'm bringing it live, Joe. I just got a message for you from Spirit. Ooh, what do you have? Been wanting to send you cough drops, and Spirit kept saying no, but then I got slammed with watching tarot courses. Sorry to interrupt. Oh my God, you're so psychic. I literally just yesterday, and you didn't even know this. I just yesterday tested positive for COVID. So wow, you're good. Oh my God. But yeah, so I'm just chilling. Does that answer your question? I forgot who asked that, but the mystery of the Queen of Swords, the liberator of mind. I would also say liberator of mind because she's connected to adjustment in Libra, the scales, our cardinal air, which is like the inspired onrush of mental activity, which is in some way liberative. And also the adjustment is naturally kind of freeing through manifestation, because adjustment and the Fool have this little dance they do together. Sweet. My question. Okay, cool. We did that. Haha. Fun, better than day 1 and 2 for sure. Oh, better than day 1 and 2 for sure. Okay, that's cool. Staying at home is helping with putting energy on my daily card readings. Ooh, yes. The daily card reading is so good, and also reading for yourself is so good. I'm starting to do it again. It's really interesting. I really stopped reading for myself like mad when I started teaching tarot. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I was teaching it and doing so much with it that like when it came time for like me time, I didn't want anything to do with the fucking cards. But now I'm starting to kind of get back into it in terms of like a divinatory practice, and like kind of getting into them almost more like, this is going to sound annoying, but almost the more superstitious aspect of it, like, and kind of flirting with that, and like really like just let me see what's going to go on like in the next 2 days. Like I want to know the specifics. And that's been really fun. And I also I'm starting to watch people more online that do like live like readings for people, and like do like pick a card readings, because when I was younger I thought it was such like bullshit, and then I realized like, why am I judging these people? Like, Joe, like get the fuck out. Like and now I'm having more appreciation for that. Can you give a practical example of how to use the Tree of Life in readings? Okay, Leo, great question. Okay, practical example of how to use the Tree of Life in readings. So I would say the most practical is the memorization. If you like memorizing things in models and like blueprints and like structures or graphs or anything like that, or like if you like mind map type of stuff, the Tree of Life is definitely the best way for you, I think, to memorize the meanings of the cards. So that would be the most practical aspect of it, I would say. You literally can just link all the information into the 10 spheres and the 20 and then the 32 paths, really. 32 paths. You have 22 paths and then 10 spheres. And then literally the entire tarot deck exists within that. You can see all the relationships between different cards. I would say as a mental exercise for memory, that's one. Another thing, and I'm going to teach this in my course coming up, is you can do a Tree of Life spread, which is really cool. I actually don't do it that much, but it's pretty cool. Using the actual Tree of Life as a spread and having those 10 cards. That's another example. Another kind of advanced / experimental method I've been playing with in terms of readings is if something shows up for a reading for somebody and they don't want to be where you're telling them they are, like if, Tower, Death, 10 of Swords, whatever, 3 of Swords, then you can use the Tree of Life as a map to see what card will get them somewhere else. So for example, if I'm in the 3 of Swords, let's say my client's in the 3 of Swords, they miss somebody, or maybe they're going through grief, maybe somebody passed away, maybe they're going through a breakup. I can take that 3 of Swords and say, okay, my client obviously doesn't want to be here. They want to feel peace. If that's the case, then I can think, okay, what is the path that leads from the 3 of Swords to the 2 of Swords? It's the Empress. So without even pulling the Empress card, I can coach them on how can they invoke the powers of Venus and the Empress and everything the Empress is connected to, and love and the sacred feminine. How can they be their own mom or be their own dad, or all that kind of stuff. So that's another practical example. That's pretty fun. It's a little bit more experimental. I don't see really readers do that, but I mean, I do because I'm just crazy and I'm a sucker for that Tree of Life. Y'all know. But yeah, I also like, yeah, there's so much you can do. Does that answer your question? I'm a Libra. As with my dad, my card is Two of Swords, peace. Yeah, I love the Two of Swords. Sending huge healing green light of Raphael. Can I light a candle for you? Oh, sure, Julie. Thank you so much. Another Libra here. Yeah, I love Libras. I'm a Capricorn. I get along with Libras, but my two best friends in the world are Libras. I love Libras and that whole side of the zodiac is just where it's at. That's like my corner of the bar. Just kidding. I don't go to bars anymore. But yeah, like Libra, like Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Love that. Love that corner. Hi from Austria. Hey, Christina. Spiral Breeze. I always equate those pick a card to the old newspaper horoscopes. Ooh, I like that. It is very that. It is very that. I mean, I think it's useful. I think they can be useful. I'm like experimenting. So I was doing them more like some months. I don't know. I'm starting to do them more again now. But before, when I was doing them, I was surprised at how much positive feedback I got from people when I was doing them. So, yeah. But it's social media, the algorithm. Is it the algorithm or is it law of attraction? It's probably the algorithm, or is it both? Maybe they're exactly the same thing. Whoa. It's just turning around feeling green light. Thank you, Kyle. I'm funny about me being peace, my dad being sorrow. We are truly connected by mom, Libra Virgo is my hinge. So yes, light those green candles for Joe. Yeah, thank you. Sending out love and light. Thank you so much, Julie. Okay, if you're just joining me, this is Tarot Teleology, Rambles, and Readings. Actually, I haven't done any readings yet, which is totally fine. I'll pass for a while, John. In my place, it's morning right now. So yeah. I am just doing some readings, some rants, and just some hangs for this quarantine chapter of mine. Joe, what's your Chinese sign? My Chinese sign is, I think it's Year of the Monkey, but because the year is different, I think I'm actually the sheep or the lamb, which I don't know the first thing about, but I'm definitely open to hearing about it. Okay, we got a flyer. It's a 6 of discs. Things are going to be very successful. I love the six of discs. 6 of discs is like money in a harmonious way, like really working for like money as a tool that brings evolution. Who would like a reading real quick? / does anyone have a tarot or question, occult question, or fun occult idea that you've been sitting on? What card tarot you use right now? In terms of the cards I've been using lately is the Wayward Dark Tarot by Pixel Occult, which is like one of my favorite decks ever. Just pulled the other day. I got $165 credit on my PS. Ooh, nice. Yeah, 6 of discs. Cool. All right, Melanie. Oh, we have the Durba. What would you like to know? The Durba Shutter. The Durba Chatterjee. Ooh, that's fun to say. The Durba Chatterjee. The Durba Chatterjee. What would you like to know? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do questions. I think, and that's just going to let it out. Okay, listen through. I invoke thee, ERO, let me get these two on the floor. I invoke thee, ERO, that thou send Haru, the great angel, set upon the operations of the secret wisdom, to lay his visible hands upon these consecrated cards of art. Let thereby we obtain knowledge of hidden things in your ineffable name. Amen. Okay, woo. So, the Durba Chatterjee. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, so we're looking at the 4 of discs. You're getting more comfortable addressing a group of people or people that value you or see you on a pedestal. I'm seeing like you're working with people in a positive way from this pedestal that kind of, you're more comfortable in your power, setting better boundaries, definitely. And all of this is coming because you're going through. I mean, we're all going through a shift. By the way, we're all going through a change. I mean, honestly, I know like every spiritual person in the world is like, we're going through a shift. It's like, honestly, every stage of evolution is a freaking shift. Like, I'm sure that they said the same thing when we grew thumbs evolutionarily and started making tools, and I'm sure we said the same thing when those amphibians started playing with the land and started crawling on the land, and the same things when those single-celled organisms became multi-celled organisms. We're always going through a shift, but you're going through a shift. So let's get into this gig. You're pregnant. I'm just kidding. You're not pregnant, but you might be. This is kind of on the brink of a major change, but you're kind of preparing for that. So I'm seeing you getting your money in order, getting your time and schedule in order, and really like setting boundaries for yourself, because the next chapter is going to kind of propel you into something really cool, a lot of change, especially driven by ethics, intention, and maybe something regarding linguistics, writing, communication as well for you. Yes, 3.33 K subs. It is a beautiful number. I love the 333. You're all pixelated. I need to see your makeup. I love the pixelation because then you can't see the flaws. I'm still very new to makeup, but it's been a fun journey. Okay, Neil, let's get into this. So, and then I'll do Neil and then Melanie. All right, for Neil. Oh my God, 10 of Wands. Neil, you burnt out? Of course you are. Neil has more hats than like anybody. Neil is a Renaissance man. Neil does a million things. So 10 of Wands is burnt out. This is also being at I'm seeing you being at the, like, you know, when you're on a roller coaster and then like when you're on the back of the roller coaster, that's kind of the most exciting part because you get all the whiplash and all of that and all of the centripetal force. I'm seeing on the centripetal edge of the momentum of other powers, which are really cool powers, but I'm kind of seeing you like catching up with all different things and kind of being more responsive than initiative, which is ironic because I know you initiate and create so many things. I also see opportunities for money, new investments, and new financial risks that will play that will be really good. 6 of Cups is also fun. Meeting, this 6 of Cups is a good time. Taking some downtime over the next couple of weeks, dating, meeting people, connecting with people, any kind of pleasure. Be a little hedonistic. Your hedonism is somebody else's neutral, by the way. So that's kind of the big message. Sasha. Let's do a read for Sasha. Sasha, we're looking at the 3 of this. This is big collaborations, networking, connecting with people, maybe online. Your workload increasing as well. Also, any kind of business endeavors. Like I could see you finding your style with business endeavors, but also not burnt out, but kind of getting there with our 9 of Wands here. But really, I also see you becoming more flexible and adaptable in career, business, handling money, your craft, maybe reading tarot. But there's kind of more of a momentum showing up for you. And then I also see you working with or reconnecting with somebody that shares in your intuitive power, in your psychic prowess, in your emotional sensitivity. And then whoever this person is, both of you have overcome something like serious that you have commiserated about. And because of that, your bond is growing stronger. Can I tip you anywhere? You can call me Durba. We met at Anahata's. We kept running into each other. Oh my God, hey Durba. Yeah, I mean, my Venmo is Tarot with Joe. But yeah, I never like got a tip doing this before. But hey, Louis. Oh my God, hi Durba. Yo, Anahata's Purpose was so much fun. I cannot wait for the next thing. Rachel is like one of the most powerful people I've met, and I don't even know her super, super well yet, but they just create the coolest things. I'm so excited for the next one. Yeah, that's the shit. But yeah, let's stay in touch. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to hopefully do something at one of the upcoming Anahata's things and make some more magic because like I just love that community. It's like, I love any community that's like woo, but also grounded. It's hard to find. Not saying I'm grounded. I like the mix of the groups that are grounded, it's good to have one foot on land and one foot on water, but a lot of spiritual people have both feet in the water, and some people love to drown, and some people have both feet in the land. It's very just the same. But don't, I love to straddle that shit, Okay. Koto, woohoo, me too. Can I get a reading on what career will serve me best? All right, Koto, let's see what's going on for you. Okay, 6 of Discs. So this is working in finances. This could be accounting. It could also be a nonprofit. Could also be working in philanthropy, fundraising. But 6 of Discs can also be a card of like you can make money doing anything if you want. And Ace of Cups is like you're very emotional, you're very sensitive, you're very supportive. Something that I was afraid to ask the real thing. Is medicine right for me? Ooh, okay. So is medicine right for you? So questions like these, I'm going to ask you to ask your body. And I have to do my disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. I am not a doctor. Though some people have called me a witch doctor, which I'm not either. But I am not a medical professional, so I cannot give medical advice. So I would definitely consult your medical professionals for that one. But I always think it's good to really build a strong relationship with your body. Like literally talk to your body. Body, if I choose this, what will this create for me? If I don't choose this, what will this create for me? That on top of what you're, a medical professional. Yeah. Oh, medicine as a career. Okay, medicine as a career. Okay, let me look at that. 6 of Discs, you pulled for that. Yes, medicine as a career, definitely. Let me we have the Prince of Swords. Ooh, this is good. So Hierophant says you might have to go back to school or do some sort of continuing education. 10 of Cups is saying, and then the Prince of Swords. You'd be amazing at it. Yeah, Prince of Swords is our scientist card, medicine. Hell yeah, you'd kill it. You know what though? It might be a little bit boring for you, or a little bit not challenging enough for you. But I can also see a lot of good that you do with it. You definitely have the mind for it. However, the 5 of Wands and then the 7 of Swords right here is showing me that the path ahead in the groups and like the powers that be, you're not going to love all the time. 7 of Swords is like you're going to have visions of what you want to create with medicine, and you're going to have abilities, and you're going to see potentials, and it's going to be a little bit difficult with the status quo. But yeah, hell yeah, you can kill it. Hey, Christina, can I get a reading on my creative journey? I have so much in my mind at the moment. Thank you so much for your inspiration. Hell yeah, Christina. Okay, Christina wants to know. Creative journey. So much in my mind at the moment. Okay, so this is a card of discipline, and this card is showing me like by returning to some level of like the roots of the form, the practice, the discipline, the method, the modality, and like by refining the technique, it kind of opens you up creatively in a way. So the Fool and Adjustment are like, they're together. I don't know if you guys knew this, but yeah, they've been seeing each other for all of eternity, actually. The Fool is, you're so inspiring, Neil. The Fool is consciousness itself, and is the Hebrew letter Aleph, and is the in-breath of consciousness before the word of consciousness, which is Bet and Bereshit in the Torah and all that. And Adjustment is Lamed, which means ox goad. Aleph is ox. This is ox goad. So the Fool is like the expansion of consciousness. The ox and the ox goad is the manifestation and the discipline and the action and reaction, and the Newtonian manifestation of the universe via adjustment. So being that you pulled Adjustment, this is kind of like you're returning to your practice and your method, and you're kind of refining your skills to handle the Fool, which is the creative outburst energy, constant creativity. And then I see things speeding up, and then I see like your rate of creation and just output and excitability and networking and connection with people. I also see like your visibility creatively, whatever you do, increasing as well. Okay, 21. Okay, so yeah, the Fool and the Adjustment card are dating. Can I get a career reading? Any messages for text, steps, or movement? Hi, I'm from Australia. Is my life purpose tied in with my writing? Hey, Patricia. Is your life purpose tied into your writing? I wouldn't say so. I mean, writing is an expression of your life purpose and connected to it, but the cards are saying that's not the only gig for you. I think you're comfortable writing, and I think you're amazing at writing, and I think it's a whole vibe for you. It's a whole thing, and it's part of who you are, but it's not the whole purpose. I also think life purpose is like an energy. It's like a flow, and it just manifests in a million different ways. Like, you know, like, I don't know, there's just so much like we're not insects, you know, the mind is neuroplastic AF. We're constantly changing, and our true will is constantly fueling what we're doing, but what we're doing is always changing, you know. When I was younger, I wanted to be a martial artist, then I wanted to be a dancer, then there were so many different things. Now I teach tarot and talk about crazy shit. What's going to happen next? I don't know. But it's all the same will, right? It's all the same purpose. Like my purpose is like creating structures for personal liberation. That's my jam. Can you do a love reading for me? Oh, yes, I love readings. Yes, Melanie. Okay, love reading for Melanie. Oh my God, we have some cards that are facing the other way. So one of the most cringiest moments in my tarot career, this just reminded me, this was funny. I had a client come, this happened, you know how when things happen to you, they like happen and they keep happening, especially if it's like the first time. So never did this happen before, but I had a woman come or somebody come up to me like years ago, and they took the deck like this, and then they flipped it like this, and then they shuffled like this. So all the cards were facing different directions, and I looked at them and I looked at the deck, and I almost had a heart attack. I was like, what? And I just ran along with it and trusted it. And then it happened like 2 more times in the same month. I just did that. Okay, so love reading for Melanie. Let's do this. Oh, thank you so much, JC. Oh, Knight of Discs. Okay, so this is the type of person so this is either somebody that you're connected to romantically or somebody that's showing up soon. Knight of Discs. Get yourself a Knight of Discs. So Knight of Discs is the pig who built the brick house, right? Knight of Discs, their love languages are acts of service and gift giving is their big ones. But you know, sometimes they seem dull or they seem emotionally unavailable, but that's just the surface. If you give them a chance, if you let them in, you will be so surprised because they're the person that shows up. This is the one in the zombie apocalypse you're gonna want to follow because they are survivors. They're very grounded, very hardworking, very focused, and I see that's the type of person you're either drawing or becoming more connected to. So I'm looking at like a long-term relationship that's built up over time. A lot of changes, whoever you're connected to or whoever's showing up soon, both of you have either recently moved or recently had some big family changes or financial shifts, which is great because I do believe the two of you will be looking for the same thing. And to be honest, you're probably going to have a kid soon. No, I'm just kidding. But Nine of Cups could be pregnancy, or it can just be the wish card. I see you getting exactly who you want, literally within the year, if not sooner. So enjoy that. Congrats. Hey, Oradine, Caleb. Thank you so much. You are as well. Okay. So anyone else want to do a reading before I go into another rant or have a tarot question or occult questions? I really love people's, so like when I started, so I did my first tarot course in last year, April or whenever, and it was almost all lecture, but I didn't really like do the most like, I guess, market research and whatnot. And as I've continued to teach and kind of gotten better at teaching and organized classes, and now I have a whole curriculum that exists, the questions that people ask are really some of the most valuable things. So if, because it like it brings about a whole like wormhole or side quest of exploration and connection and stuff. So if anyone has any questions about tarot, occultism, magic, or anything, there are no bad questions. And if anyone has other answers besides what I'm saying, you can throw it in the chat as well. You can see where my makeup doesn't exist anymore because I've been blowing my nose all day. But yeah. So I live by this market, and they have fresh peach lemonade stuff, whatever. It's the best. It's called I'm telling everyone online where I live. It's fine. It's called the Reading Terminal Market in Philadelphia. And there's all these like neon signs, and it gives me my whole like cyberpunk fantasy, like Tokyo, like walking through, like, oh my God, it's like year 2525. It's like my whole synth punk, like just a lot of neon signs. But I love it. Okay, let's focus, Joe. Let's get into this. Okay, I'm gonna go to YouTube first, and I'm gonna come back to Instagram. So if I didn't get to your question, just post it again, because I am double fisting social media. Can I get a career reading? Any messages for my next steps or movement in my career path? Okay, Emily, career reading. So let's look into this. So career reading for Emily, you're a natural teacher, which doesn't mean you have to teach, but being a natural teacher, whatever you do, you're going to have some sense of care and focus and general like just goodness and virtue. Teachers are the best. So this might be going back to school, or this might be teaching at a school or instruction. Could also be working with the earth, and it could also be career-wise a stable job, like very structured, working for a big business. Could also be working in something spiritually. But I do see an ending that's going to be required for this shift. And the ending might not be the most fun or like the most, but it's going to be necessary. There's a lot of things that are pulling at your energy: responsibilities, people, family, bunch of stuff. And when you can start to let go of those, I see the next career really launching for you. Then we have the 7 of Wands and the 8 of this. So I see you making more money, but maybe not in the very immediate future. But I see you making some big choices, brave choices, things that you manifest for yourself. You make the first move on these things. I don't see things just falling into your lap. But because of the next choices you make in the coming weeks, I actually see a lot more money for you, like about a year from now. I was able to see your makeup clearly for a sec. It's super pretty and creative. Goes well with the mood. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Koto. Yeah, makeup's like my latest hobby. Financial reading for Leo. Okay, 10 of Wands. So you know what this card's telling me, honestly, Leo? Go through your, honestly, Leo, change your credit card number, because there's so many things there's so many subscriptions you have that's just pulling at your bank account that I don't know that if you know. 10 of Wands is like, yeah, change that damn credit card number and all that, and see where your money's going, see what you're subscribed to. But 10 of Wands is like, yeah, lots of little things taking up time and energy, and it accumulates. So 10 of Wands is also, money is energy, I know that's like an oversimplification, but it really is. And even believing that, even if it's not energy, like believing that money is energy is useful. That comes from my chaos magic brain, by the way. But yeah, money is energy. So like in the same way that you set boundaries for people, set boundaries with money in a way, but also like being willing to receive and like letting the energy flow and being aware of everything is one thing, is cool. But be intentional with money. That's kind of what the 10 of Wands is. But also, yeah, 10 of Swords is like letting something go. This could be like something maybe recently stopped, like some source of income or some financial support recently stopped for you, or may stop soon. But in so doing, it's going to actually allow you to kind of rebalance yourself and kind of get some level of discipline. And this also could be going back to school or a new job showing up for you. Sending good vibes from a long night at work and good reading. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas. I am Amira. Are the readings free, and can I be on the list, please? Because I am Amira. Yeah, my live readings are free right now. I never thought of charging for them. I charge for them normally, for a full session, but yeah, they're free for when I'm live. So let's look at I am Amira. Okay, let me go back to this one actually, because I've been neglecting this chat. Yes, I am keeping hydrated. Thanks. I would like a general card pull for what is coming up. Lovely Om Tarot. Lovely Om Tarot. What is coming up for you? I'm seeing pets. I'm seeing pets and dogs, but small pets. I don't know what that's about. Here's pets right here. Lust card. Connecting to your passion, excitement, both like the creative and the sexual energy showing up, and you taking that and doing whatever you want with it. Harnessing is a big thing. Harnessing your passion, focusing it, but also surrendering to it. You know, the lust card is that beautiful balance between this like explosive, passionate, like orgasm. Honestly, that's what this card is talking about. And like the surrender, but also this control and this channel. It's like it cuts the two, it connects the two pillars of the tree of life. It's like one of the most central paths of the tree. So great card to have, but also working with animals. Fantastic. Ooh, I changed my credit card and found a new job. Oh, you did? Oh, cool. And you changed your credit card. Nice. There's a little, I think I'm a little bit like, do you know like when there's daylight savings time and you have to like change your clock, or it's like an hour ahead or an hour behind or whatever? I don't know what this world does. I'm still learning. But you know how they do that? I think that happened to me psychically, but I haven't changed my coordinates because lately like my very near future predictions have been like very recent past. And I think I need to adjust. I need to like psychically, astrally like adjust to the daylight savings time or some shit so I can actually get a clearer time. But yeah, that's something that's, I don't know. Does anyone else experience that with tarot? Like you like do like predictions of the near future, but it's actually the recent past. I think it's all happening in the present anyway. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Durba. Yeah, I actually have like ginger tea that I've been drinking from Chinatown. Ooh, good idea. Yeah. Can you do a career reading for me? Yes. Yesenia. Okay. Career reading for Yesenia. And then I want to rant about something. And then who knows what will happen next. Career reading for Yesenia. We are looking at the Ace of Swords. So you're looking at something very... So anything to do with language, or so this is the thing. Ace of Swords can be really what you want. Ace of Swords is like, it's an ace, so it's you take it wherever you want. Whatever you do, it's going to really work with your mind, your intention. Ace of Swords is also a big card of magic, manifestation. You're very smart, so it's going to use your ability to problem solve, to envision things, to be creative. But career for you is going to be really what you make it. But the thing with the Ace of Swords is it's a moment of choice and it's a moment of idea. It's like a light bulb, but you have to follow it through. But I see that the career is going to be like a goal that you specifically choose to get. So Ace of Wands, for example, is like it just happens out of nowhere. It's just spontaneous. Ace of Swords is like, no, I want to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm choosing this. And then if you follow it up with action, you arrive there. So it's really up to you. Ace of Swords is kind of a wild card in that way. Queen of Swords, you're good at keeping organized. You're good at organizing people. You're good at organizing energy and emotions. This could be anything from project manager to consultant to could even be writer. Could even be therapist in a way. But this is like she's tough. She's not a softie. She's like going in. This can be, yeah. This could be all those things. Please do me. I posted above. I am a mirror. Can you? Oh, when will I get my my full subliminal results for my desired face and body? When will I get my full subliminal results for my desired face and body? It's a sound frequency on YouTube you listen to. It's like manifesting and visualizing what you want. When will you get your subliminal results for your desired face and body? What is that? That sounds really cool, but I have no idea what that is. Here at this time, please and thank you. Hey, Isabel. Totally. Let's check in and see if there's any messages you need to hear at this time. Eight of Wands is like check your email card, check your spam folder, check your promotions folder, check all the things, and communicate with people early than later. Don't like sit on things because this is like the energy's moving, the energy's grooving, like opportunities are happening. Don't let them pass you by. see a lot of opportunities for you, so like keep on top of your stuff. But yeah, it changes and shifts your face. When will you get your full subliminal results? When will you get your full subliminal results? Okay, so I'm looking at like a delay, but it's an important delay for some reason. I'm looking at about a week or so from now. Time is flexible, time can change because like, time is like an illusion. But I do see it in about a weekish, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, as things are now. Of course, if something changes, yeah. I feel kind of scared of sticking my nose into sacred magic of Abramelin and the lesser key of Solomon. Will curiosity kill the cat? Have you performed the directions mentioned there? So Koto, gotta be honest with you, I'm in the same boat. I'm on this kind of like in between of, it's such a weird place. It's kind of like, well, do I start summoning demons or do I do more like coaching, self-development stuff? I'm kind of at this fork in the road and I feel like I have to choose. I feel like it's going to decide the next 6 years of my life or something. No, I really haven't done a whole lot of ritual magic. Like I have, but not nearly to the extent as some people I know. And yeah, I'm kind of like mostly an armchair occultist. Divination's more my thing on the practical level, but we should talk because I definitely want to like eventually get into that. It took me like a week to LBRP my apartment after I moved. Like that's how bad I should have been doing that from day one, but it's fine. But yeah, no, I haven't. I think, yeah, I don't know. I would say go for it if it feels light. If you have, I mean, there's definitely people that like know the ropes on that. I've been listening to Glitch Bottle a lot, which has a lot of cool guests, a podcast. Yeah. Already have them, but you aren't ready to see it yet. So I would get the full face in a few weeks. For the face thing, I saw news coming in a week or so, important news. I don't know if it's like going to be complete by then. But yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just rant about something. I want to tell you guys what I'm up to. Do you guys want to hear what I'm up to? Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I'm doing this course. I'm always doing a new course. I just love doing new courses. I'm doing a new course, Advanced Tarot, and there's a couple of people on the live right now that are already signed up, and it's actually really almost full because we have like a lot of people signed up for it, and we have people that have signed up for it before it like launched. So there are a couple spots left. I'm going to tell you about this course. Yay! Tell us. Okay, hell yeah! I'm super excited about it. It's Advanced Tarot. It's going to be a wormhole of a course. It's going to be 8 live classes with me and an international community of amazing tarot people. And I'm going to teach you Advanced Tarot. We're going to do a whole class on Kabbalah. We're going to do a whole class on astrology. And then we're going to build up the tarot from those 2 systems as they show up in our Thoth deck and our Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So by the end of the course, honestly, you're going to have everything you need to pull up any deck and start reading with it. Because yeah, I'm pretty much the way, yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be great if you want to like really get confident reading and confident understanding the symbolism and just understanding the damn thing, like from a deeper perspective than just like meanings. This is going to be for you because, this is Kabbalah, this is astrology. This is like really the archetypal patterns, like the underlying code of Kabbalah, of tarot, that like makes it what it is. And it's going to be badass. We're going to have a lot of practice sessions, and it's going to be filled with information. My classes usually run from 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and they're really fun. So if you're interested in applying for that course, the link on YouTube is below. It should be below in the description of this live, or you can just go to tarotmysticismacademy.com and hit Advanced Tarot and apply there. I have like about 2 spots left. So and if you're feeling called, the one thing I'm noticing about my courses, by the way, is they're not for everyone, but if they are for you, they're very for you. If they're not for you, they're just not. But like the way I'm teaching tarot is like we're going into like these more kind of subjective, kind of mystical aspects of tarot, like really like what the hell is happening in reality and how does tarot illustrate that. And then the other side of that is like practical divination and like how to read someone to fill. So that's another thing that we focus on, but it's kind of like the deeper stuff that's kind of my vibe. I'm going to connect physically to the course, just so you know, in case you feel a flying space raccoon roaming around. Okay, cool. Oh, psychically to the course. Yes, please do. Connect psychically, definitely. But yeah. Well, thank you so much, Neil. Joe's courses are amazing, and I recommend them so much. Thank you so much, Neil. That means so much. Is it a course I will run again in the future? So I have no idea. I don't have another course scheduled. I think I might do another Thoth Tarot Master course in a few months or so. Most likely, I will probably repeat these courses again. But one thing I know, just because I'm very ADHD and I'm always like after the next big dopamine hit, so I don't really love to repeat courses, honestly, and just repeat stuff in general. I'm constantly improving, so I probably will never teach this specific course again. Maybe I'll teach a better version of it, or maybe I'll kind of break it down or do something else. But like, for example, like my first course like was jam-packed with information. It was just so much stuff and not enough like participation, reflection. And so like I'm not doing Mothership ever again. But I mean, all my courses are pre-recorded, so you can always get a course, get the recorded version of it. But being there live is really where it's at, because being there live, you get to practice with me and with everyone and connect, and like that's where a lot of the magic happens. That's where actually that's what I wanted to rant about in this live. So as I'm like talking with more people and connecting with more people and preparing for the course, I'm noticing one of the big challenges for people in reading tarot is confidence. And I mean, confidence is like the biggest challenge with any damn thing. Everyone has a confidence issue. I don't care who you are. Everyone has a thing with confidence and self-image and relationship with self. And at the end of the day, there's only one relationship in this universe, and it's the relationship with the self, by the way. We know that, right? There's just one self, and it's relationship with the self. And it's like, that's why like the Zen masters and the Buddhists and shit say, hey, when you die, whatever happens is exactly what you're thinking, because the only relationship is the relationship that's with yourself. So that's why when you look at other people, you know, whatever you see in them is what you see in yourself. Where was I going with this? Confidence. Okay, so confidence. So yeah, that's a big thing that's going to happen in my course. Is like pretty much every class we're going to have some sort of exercise where you're going to be doing a reading with somebody, different methods and different approaches, and that's going to be awesome, because on the one hand, you get the experience of reading for someone in like a really safe, supportive environment, but then they read for you. And I will tell you, one of the biggest things that like got me to where I am as a reader is getting read and being inspired. Like I swear, every time I got a reading from someone, I would like just kind of, it would influence my practice so much. Like I would like think about how they read and their approach and just their vibe and their energy, and I would explore it and then let that inform my practice and experiment with it and see what worked and see what didn't work. So that's a big thing. Julie, the course is going to be epic. Yay, thanks, Julie. I'm so excited you're doing this, by the way, Julie. Yes. Just to go back and focus on the message. Well, we love a good rant. Cool. Okay, so yeah. So I was just kind of going through the chat. So yeah, it's going to be a really cool course. I'm really excited. Yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be a deep one. You're going to get all the recordings of the courses, 8 classes. Oh, and you'll also get a live with me after all the classes. So after everything is done, you'll have a one-on-one session with me, just the two of us. I'll get to coach you, mentor you, and yeah, it'll be cute. Yeah. So if you're interested in doing that and you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you're on YouTube, then go in the description and there should be a link that goes to the thing. All right, I'm going to get off in a minute. Does anyone have any questions for me? Last minute questions before I conclude for the day? Because I have some NyQuil with my name on it and a bed with my name on it. I'm gonna pass the fuck out and go into dreamland. Cool. All right. So if no one has any questions, I want to thank you all for showing up to my random live. And yeah, if you have any questions about the course I'm doing, you can always email me at joe@tarotwithjoe.com. I would love to hear that message. Yeah, I'm going to close the live and then maybe we can do it, Julie. But yeah, I'm going to close the live for right now. Clarifying card for Amir. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to close the live for now. But if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you, Derba. Thanks for hanging. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you all for coming, and I will see you in the next wormhole. Oh, and if you're on my YouTube, definitely subscribe to my YouTube because I'm going to be releasing some cool ass shit. Got some videos lined up. And if you have any questions about tarot, let me know because I will literally make a whole video about a question, especially if it's one that I think is like important or like if I've seen it asked about. Like I will make it. Literally, I had the other week somebody like hit me up with a question. I was like, this is so important. And I dropped everything that I was doing and I made a video. And if you've ever edited a video, it takes a fucking long time. Like you got to film the damn thing. You got to upload it. You got to edit it. You got to edit it again. And when you're done editing it, you got to fucking edit it again. And you just got to keep editing it. It's like makeup. You just keep fixing things, right? You just keep, and I have a Jupiter in Virgo. So, I'm just like, it has to be perfect. But yeah, I did the whole damn video and I was like, yes. But yeah. Hey, JD, how are you? Oh my God, how have you been? It's so good to see you. But yeah, thank you, Brett. Thank you, JD. Thank you, Kai. I'll see you guys on the other end of the next wormhole, and much love.